Next up, Joy!
I remember Sonora like water music, transcendent, moving, lovely, unchanged. I remember her sitting in an adobe-colored room, holding Walkman headphones to her stomach, like tiny intrauterine speakers through which she could communicate "I love you." I remember her face as she stared out the window, waited for her name to be called, tint red with the melon light of sun setting, certain she had dreamt these thick brown walls, sure that they would fade in the dust, in the sun, like airplane trails. Sometimes we write "I love yous" in between the lines of black and white consent forms, of patient charts that read toxemia, of antiseptic sheets and fingernail crescents bloody on palms from the pain of chanting 14 more days. 14 more days until viability for the child that she'd named Grace. 14 days as her organs shut down, as her husband begged her not to die. And with 8 days left, I remember Sonora sitting in our waiting room with her Walkman on her stomach. "I have a choice," she said faintly, echoing the protesters outside, who waved signs with pictures of aborted late-term fetuses splashed lurid, like movie posters with Sonora as villain. They called her a whore as she'd been wheeled in. Someone had thrown a red paintball on her hospital gown. Splash! "Choice," she said, and smiled at me like acid. But the truth was that she didn't. She had 7 hours until her liver shut down. She had 2 hours until her kidneys failed. And she had Grace, who needed 8 more days to have a chance on ventilators. I watched her hold the speaker to her ears, listening, and then replace it to her stomach. So much love between these warm brown walls. Love for husband, for wife, for child. I watched her love like suns in deserts, pale, wavering. I watched her husband love her cruelly, like a fist to her swollen, paintballed stomach. Love her more than Grace's vapor-thin chances. Love her deep as water and warm. The procedure took only an empty half hour. In recovery, you could still hear the shouts of protesters through the walls, and Sonora held the headphones over her own ears, like an escape from "God loves you" and "babies are people too," like a lifeline to a girl who was not a person too. I asked if she wanted to play the CD in our stereo, and we turned it up loud and listened to Handel together, transcendent, moving, unchanged. I remember Sonora like water music. I don't remember Grace at all.
Woo!